Hello everyone. So a lot of you had asked for the preparation strategy for GATE Environmental Science. So in this video we'll cover the same. We'll talk about what should be your strategy if you're starting now or if you have started a while back, then what should be the strategy, what should be the priority of topics, and we'll be looking based on the GATE 2021 paper of environmental science, and based on that what are the topics that you should prioritize first, and if you are from civil or non-civil background, then what should be your priority. So let's see the weightage of the different topics in this paper, and then we'll see how can we go on to cover these topics. So if we talk about the weightage of topics, so we don't have much data, but from the GATE 2021 paper, if we see, then this is what we observe, that if we talk about the topics, so first of all maths and aptitude, I mean obviously these have the highest weightage, and if you are sincerely preparing for this exam, then these two topics you have to put effort. You cannot leave it for the end, you cannot leave it till January end or till those days. If you want to prepare for maths, then it is better to allocate some daily time for this subject. And for aptitude preparation also, you can go and solve the previous year questions, previous year GATE questions from GATE civil or any other GATE branch. You can solve these for the improvement of this topic. Then comes the technical part. So in technical part we have water and wastewater treatment, so that was asked for 11%. Then waste, solid and hazardous waste management, that is 11%. Then there is environmental management, environmental microbiology, then air pollution. So here you see, I mean there is not much difference. These 4 5 topics have about the same weightage. Water and wastewater treatment obviously, and this solid and hazardous waste management, these two topics, if you are preparing for this exam, then you have to put your energy in these topics and make sure you do them well, because they will make a major chunk from the technical part. Then we have these other topics. Then comes environmental chemistry, hydraulics, water resources, then global issues. Some of these topics are entirely theoretical, and some of these topics are also the topics that you already would know from your school or from your some general studies preparation. You would be knowing these topics. So we have about 100 days left, 3 complete month and about 15 days in this month. So based on that, I have broken down the time, that how much you can allocate to each subject and try to finish. So if we talk about, I mean first of all maths and aptitude, so for these topics I would suggest, and don't leave them for specific days, allocate some daily or weekly time for maths and aptitude, and that will help you to strengthen. Because these topics, it's not like if you read just in the next 15 days and you will be able to remember it in exam. Maths is something that you will need to solve repeatedly. You will need to do enough examples, solve questions to do these questions in exam. Then in the technical part, as I said, water and wastewater treatment, this you have to do properly. So in about 10 days you can cover this topic. Then solid and hazardous waste management, this is the next priority. So I made this priority list also based on what we saw in the exam. Now depending upon if you are a civil engineering student or if you are a non-civil engineering student, you can change your strategy a little bit. If you are a civil engineering student, then you will be knowing these topics, water and wastewater treatment, and even if you don't know, then relatively you will find it easier to go for these topics that are little high on the numerical. Whereas if you are from non-civil branch and you find it difficult to solve numerical problems, in that case you can focus on topics like environmental management, sustainable development. Then solid and hazardous waste, this also does not have as intensive numerical. Environmental microbiology, obviously it's just theoretical, you can definitely cover it. There are some numericals in this, but those are very easy, so you can definitely cover this part. Then air and noise pollution, lot of theoretical questions are asked from this part as well. chemistry is mostly what is covered at the school level. So if you allocate some time, you can definitely cover this topic as well. Now comes the hydraulics part. So if you are from civil background, then in the hydraulics, I mean, this is basically fluid mechanics. So the two topics, that is open channel flow and pipe flow, if you do not have sufficient time, then make sure you study these two topics for sure. And if you can allocate more time, then fluid statics and fluid properties, these topics also you should make sure to cover. There are a lot of topics in this subject, but this is the basic requirement from this subject. Then we come to the water resources part. So in water resources, it is basically mostly the hydrology part, and if you are from civil background, you can cover it. Even for non-civil, these questions, I mean, even though there are numerical, it will be on the easier side. Then the global and regional environmental issue. So this topic, it is entirely theoretical. So you can allocate maybe one day a week, or at the later point also. I mean, even if you study this topic in January, it will not be a problem. So this should not be a problem. Similarly, the environmental management and sustainable development, this is also a theoretical topic. So these two you can do later, or I mean, if you find it easier, you can cover them now also, but make sure you are running in this time frame, because I've shown you the number of days here. So you only have about these many days, and in these many days you also have to make sure to attempt some tests. So it would be good to join a test series and check your preparation. Even though you do not know the complete topic, it is still beneficial to attempt the test series, because apart from your basic knowledge of the topics, there are multiple reasons with which you commit mistakes. There could be some silly mistake, there could be calculation mistake. You have to get used to using the virtual calculator. So these things you have to keep in mind, and test series, a good test series is beneficial to cover all these problems. Even though you do not know the topic very well, but you have to make sure that things like silly mistakes and solving question in time and using the calculator, these things should be on point. So that way you can approach your preparation. And from these 94 days also, if you can remove this, I mean, maths and aptitude part, if you can bring it to daily preparation, if you read it for some time, at least maths, if you cover it on the daily basis, then you'll have little more extra time, and that you can spend in the revision. Because most of your time in January, it should be spent in revision. So even though if you are starting late, if you're starting now, then I would say that about 10 to 15th January, you'll need to stop studying the new topics and make sure to revise your existing topics, revise the existing knowledge, and also attempt these test series. So you can check out our course also on the environmental science, and there is a test series also which is going on discount right now, and that will definitely be helpful for you. We also have a course in which all these topics are covered as per the GATE syllabus. So if you are starting now, you will not have enough time to go through the books. You will not be able to look for the specific topics. So it will be helpful for you if you opt for a course. So that way you can prepare for this exam.